He's always been great to us. He called in the minute that he was hired here in Los Angeles. He's been on multiple times before. He offered me his parking spot graciously. I mean, he's been on before.
Yep.
And when he was hired from the Rams, the idea was to bring somebody who would provide, a both sides of the ball mentality that the Chargers didn't have with Anthony Lynn. I mean, if you remember Anthony Lynn, when Herbert first got the job, was basically saying, Tyrod Taylor's still my guy, even though Herbert did what he did against the Chiefs without knowing he was going in the game. And we're like, what's up with that? And then Lynn goes out and they hire Brandon Staley. And here we are a few years later, and still haven't gotten a playoff win. Got a playoff appearance last year. It looked like they were getting a playoff win. They blew it. And Chargers are still charging, to use that phrase. And now it looks like Brandon Staley is looking at another lost season. And they lose to the Broncos yesterday, 24-7. Going into the season, it was like, okay, Chargers have got Justin Herbert and that offense and the defense with Khalil Mack and Bosa and the rest of this team, Derwin James. They've got talent everywhere, and all they got to do is just do what they did last year and play better now that they got Kellen Moore along with Brandon Staley, former quarterback who could relate to how many defensive-minded coaches can look at their quarterback and say, "This is I know what you're seeing."
Yep.
And now they're looking at a 5-8 record without Justin Herbert. He's not going to play. They're saying it's entirely. What is he already been ruled out?
He's already been ruled out.
I thought it was an if potential. Yeah. I don't know. He's seeing specialists for the index finger on his throwing hand.
Yeah, trying to decide if surgery is the way to go.
I mean, what if he's needed? Just do it and end it. But Brandon Staley, I mean, it's a legitimate question to see if he'll still be here to coach it. And it's just, if it is the end, I tweeted this out yesterday when they failed again in this situation. In my 20 years of being with NFL Network, I cannot recall a combination of poor decision-making, execution, and play calling. It's either all three at once or one of the three or two of the three in combination or one of the three standing by its own. I have never seen more futility when it comes to fourth downs than the Brandon Staley Chargers. It just seems the football gods always put this coach in making a decision about whether to go for it on fourth down or not. And when he makes the right decision, the play calling's off. Or he makes the right decision, the execution's off. Or he makes the right decision and both the execution and the play calling's off. Or he shouldn't make that decision. He makes the wrong decision and the play calling and execution are off. I've never seen it. It's uncanny. And it happened again yesterday, and it caused the Broncos to get some momentum when they really didn't have any. And then they knock Herbert out. And now it's Easton Stick on Thursday night. Easton Stick versus
great name,
Aiden O'Connell. And Easton Stick will be the 54th different starting quarterback. 55th, pardon me. The 54th, if I'm not mistaken, was Drew Lock. It's unreal how many starting quarterbacks we've seen, different starting quarterbacks this year in the NFL, threatening last year's record of 68 starting quarterbacks in the NFL. The double nickel will be Easton Stick. And by the way, if he gets hurt, you know who the Chargers said it might be? Max Duggan. So there's a lot happening.
Wow.
Here at the Chargers, and none of it is good.
None of it.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.